Alright, well, this is Chef Shay, and today we're going to be making chocolate cake and red velvet cake mixed together by fan request. And I have a special guest. What's up, world? It's dUCKY. Okay, so stay tuned. Alright, so the first thing we're going to need is you're going to need the mix. I'm using just regular box brand mix. Trying to grab it. So, let's pour this in here, the whole bag. Also, you're going to need 3 large eggs. And those are located in the fridge. They're not located in the fridge. Alright, so you're going to need some large round eggs. This recipe calls for 3. So you're just going to want to do that and just do something like this. Not 3. Make sure there's no shells. Yeah, no shells. That's gonna be good. And this recipe also calls for 1/3 vegetable oil. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of eyeball it, but it's about that much. And I'm gonna take all that and dump it into this nice sponge. I'm just gonna start that stirring. So we're going to let that go until it's a smooth consistency. And I'm just going to hand whip mine. Talk to the camera, tell them the story.
Yeah, basically all you're doing is just whipping it together. Make sure you get the eggs in good. And make sure you get the sides.
Alright, so my red velvet cake is done mixing. Your consistency should look something like this, just smooth with no bumps, and same for the chocolate. And what dUCKY's doing right now is just go ahead and just butter in the pan, which is very, very important because you don't want it to stick because it sucks. So, and then once you get your product like that, we're done with this.
So basically you're just going to evenly spray it.
That's something that makes you have to cough. And if you don't have any spray, I mean, it's definitely cool. You can definitely just melt some butter and melt the pan with butter. Yeah. Alright, so I want you to let everything sit for a minute. This is going to be a very key step to how to get the cakes mixed together. What you're going to want to do is just kind of pour it on there evenly like this. And you don't want to fill the pan up all the way because remember we're going to mix the flavors together. So about half and half in each pan. Like to save some because the cameraman is gonna probably want to lick the bowl.
Yes, sir.
And this looks so like blood. I don't know. But so now you're gonna take your top coat and you're gonna just lightly pour it on top, kind of like a pattern, like a line, so that when it bakes, you can see the difference once you cut it. Yeah. It's not really a sure measurement of exactly how much to put in each pan. You kind of just want to eyeball it and just kind of move from there. Most of the stuff is just common sense, really. Obviously. So, then you're going to want to just take it and kind of tap it down if you want to do that. Any excess air bubbles out or any debris. And once you do that, we're going to go ahead and want to place it inside the oven. And we're going to want to put both in at the same time on the same level rack because what that's going to do is help the cakes evenly cook together at the same time because that is what we want to happen. And these are going to bake for about an hour to an hour and a half. You can kind of just eyeball it and look at it, and you can tell when it's done. What's your favorite snack?
Favorite snack would probably have to be the Ritz.
Yeah, I think my favorite snack have to be Snickers. That's why there's so many snacks. Wait. Do you smell that? Dang. Oh my god, guys. I think it's time to go check the oven.
Beep.
Yeah. That's pretty good. Yep, so what you want to do just to make sure it's done is you can touch it on top to make sure that it's firm. And these ones are, so we can go ahead and pull them out. And you can definitely see the contrast between the two different colors. You got the red velvet on top and then you got the chocolate on the side.
Yeah.
And once you see when we're done, once you cut it in the middle, you're going to have an even split between the two different flavors.
Interesting.
Alright, you can pause for a minute. So now what I'm doing is I put one of my cakes on a plate, and I'm eventually going to put this one on there as well. And what this is going to do is I'm going to stick it in the freezer like I said, and I'm just putting a piece of aluminum foil in between so that the cakes don't stick to each other. And the reason I didn't cut the top off this one is because we decided that we're going to make it into a muffin cake. So it'll still be 2-layer cake, but the top will be shaped as a muffin. As you can see, it looks something like this, except with icing and everything else. So like I said, we're just going to stick this in the freezer for about 30 minutes while it's warm. That way all the moistures can get locked inside the cake, because that's really important for taste. Alright, take a break.
So I'm gonna pull my cake out from being in there for like 30 minutes, and what I'm gonna do is icing the bottom layer. So what you're gonna do is make sure you move it smoothly so nothing falls. Just move the top layer off. Put it to the side. And we're gonna do the bottom layer.
You can leave it on that plate if you need to.
So what I'm going to do is just put the icing in the middle, not on the sides, just on the top part of it. This is a cup of icing, nothing fancy. Yeah. Make sure you get it all. You want it to be on there very evenly. Make sure you don't get the sides. Just going to keep swirling it around.
Alright, I'm gonna press. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna take, this is about a cup of regular chocolate fudge ice cream. And you want to be very careful to kind of just go ahead and apply it very evenly, and you don't want to kind of go like that, because what that's going to do is it's going to pick up that cake and it's going to mix it with your icing, and which in turn what that does is makes it not smooth and even like a store-bought cake. So it should look something like this. I don't need that much. So our finished cake should look something like this. Remember that we're making a muffin cake, so we don't want the sides to have any icing. We just want to show off the vanilla icing that's in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and move it onto a platter that looks something like this. Typical cake platter. So I'm just going to lift it up like so. Once you get the whole cake together, it really becomes a lot easier to move. And it looks something like this when you're done. And I'm going to cut it down the middle to show you guys what it looks like. Can you pause real quick? I'll take a picture. Alright, so now that we have our cake on the platter, we just want to apply some cherries to kind of keep the Mother's Day theme going. And my mom really likes cherries, so cherries it is. Alright, so your finished product should look something like this, and I'm going to cut it in the middle to show you guys what it looks like in the middle. Remember, this was a chocolate and red velvet cake mix. So, finished product should look something like this. Grab a plate.
Yeah.
Alright, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to chop the cake like this. guys what the middle looks like. What you should get is something that looks like this, which is a chocolate and vanilla mix and red velvet as well. Alright, so yeah, your French butter should look something like this.